Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Claw and the King podcast. I'm joined by my co-host, Oscar. Look, not the greatest week in sports as a New South Welshman, but a lot to talk about, actually. I think it might be a bit of a jam-packed cricket, England versus India as well. We can go on later in the show. Bit of basketball, bit of UFC, White House stuff. But I think we need to get kicked off. We usually don't kick it off with rugby league, but we usually kick it off with, a bit of NBA maybe, football if it's relevant. But this had to be talked about first. Look, New South Wales lose 24-12, State of Origin. Game 3 in Sydney. I don't know what to say. I think everybody and their nan expected us to not even win, but sweep them after game 1. And the last two games were pitiful in my eyes, and look, I think you can get us kicked off. I've obviously said on this podcast numerous times that I've been on the Nathan Cleary out train for Origin. I think he's a great player when he plays in a shed in Penrith. I've always said that. But when it comes to Origin football, he just doesn't get it. And look, he just is too rigid in what he does. He follows a script like an absolute beaut. Unbelievable at following a script. One of the best script readers out there. But when the script writer is Laurie Daly, then you're up shit's creek with a paddle. So surely you agree with that. Now, you're a resident Penrith fan of the podcast. You agree with that statement, that Nathan Cleary is just too basic and follows the script too well, but if the coach is crap, then he's crap.
Well, look, it wasn't his best game. We can all admit that. But the thing is with Nathan, he's not in club level. He does crazy shit that's not to a script. You know what I mean? He'll put in little
clutch moments.
He'll put in little chips over the top. He'll kick a field goal.
Then why doesn't he do it in Origin?
I have no idea. He obviously has a mental block of some sort that is stopping him from doing it. I mean, I am the biggest Nathan Cleary fan. I went to the game and I was losing my mind when he was just putting up these shitty end-over-end kicks every single time and not putting up one torp.
No, didn't have one challenging
Make
kick.
it difficult for them to catch, please.
Even late on in the game when we're chasing it, he's kicking for yardage. He's not even kicking for, let's chuck a contest up there with Lomax and...
Well, to be fair, the chases were absolutely...
The chases were horrendous, but still, throw up a kick chase. Give it like a bit of maybe a short, high... Can he not do that? I've seen him do it many times.
He can do it, you know what I mean? But... Yeah, obviously, I mean, we can get into analysing everyone.
Well, we'll go every player. Yeah, but we might as well start with your sort of view of the game and how it went.
Well, the game obviously went terribly.
Great insight, man.
They didn't look. I mean, the first half again, the same as game 2. I don't know how you can come out for a decider and be flat. Every single player that started the game was off the pace. Even the first hit up, I was like, what is that? That is the softest first hit up I've ever seen in Origin. I mean, on the kickoff, when Papali brought it back, there was no venom in that shot. Max King, Isaiah Yeo, Payne Haas, all of you.
We'll get into that. Yeah, we'll get into that.
But in attack, they looked lost. They looked like they had not practiced 1 second together. You can say, maybe when half the team is injured and not training, that could have something to do with it. But it's obviously got something to do with the coaching. I mean, the obvious is Laurie Daly can't coach. Everyone knew that 5 years ago. All that's happened is 5 years has passed. He still can't coach.
No, he had great experience. Since then, it's like he's doing many sort of great coaching gigs since the last Origin. When he did tab odds.
Oh, yes. Loz's lock is really good experience.
They prepared him terrifically for this. I mean, he's definitely going on the under. He's a big long shot guy, and he loves losing series that he's supposed to win.
Yes. But the obvious is he's got to go.
And nothing against the guy One probably, if I'm being honest, the most emotional reaction that I had to a Blues win was when Laws was the coach. When we had that, obviously the 8-year drought, and he won with Josh Reynolds and who was the other bloke?
Hodkinson
in the halves. one of the most memorable.
Funnily enough, probably the worst New South Wales team.
Yeah, out of the 8 years that we lost, that was probably the worst one. But yeah, and look, when he left, it was kind of like, thanks, mate. You won 1 out of 4 or 5 or whatever it was, 1 out of 5. You did okay. You had a very memorable series. Probably time to move on. Let's look at a new chapter. And then we have Freddie Fittler. Great early years, probably the best early years that you could imagine. Petered off it towards the end. I think it kind of just fell apart naturally. It didn't seem like it gelled towards the end, and it was time to move on. But then you have Madge, who came in, who initially looked a bit shaky, but obviously win the series, had great performances with a lot of injuries as well. So, and him going to the Broncos wasn't ideal for us. We'd obviously want him for a bit longer of a period. And then the decision to hire Laurie Daly, someone who's been out of the game coaching-wise for that long. All he's done it since is coach a couple of Indigenous games, which is like, cool, like, but that's not real. Like, that's kind of like a friendly. Like, it's not it's not a state of origin level game. Like, obviously, you're not going to get a coach to obviously coach at state of origin prior. Usually, if they've lost a couple of series, so it was just a kind of thing where they went, oh, okay, he's lost a couple of series, but he's got experience, so we're going to bring him back. And I think universally across Blues fans, we were like, well, surely there's someone better. Like, get an assistant coach in there that's sort of been in that Blues setup with Madge or whoever. So, yeah, I think the coaching decision initially was a poor one, and you could see throughout the series the inability to sort of get kicked off well. I mean, obviously, game 1 we started well, but really, I mean, 2 State of Origin games, we down, 20-0 at halftime. I mean, that's a joke, especially at home in Sydney. How are you down that much at halftime? There's 80,000 people in the stands cheering for you. How is that even possible?
I have no idea. And you could, if you watch the press conference, Laurie's press conference after the game, I mean, like, what was the guy smoking crack? He looked like really happy.
That was another thing with him. Again, seems like a great bloke, but you need to have a bit of mongrel about you.
Yeah,
in an Origin press conference.
Good blokes is not going to get the job done.
He refused to say a bad word about Queensland. With Madge, we lose game 1. Madge says, oh, they're living in glass houses. We win the next 2 games. Maybe it's not just about being the nice guy and saying, oh, we've got a good team. All we've got to do is show up. It's like, we've got to have a bit of Origin mentality about us. And that's what frustrated me the most about this series. It's like there were a bunch of limp, I don't want to say the word, but there was a bit of limpness going around. A bit of underperformance.
Right.
And it just wasn't like they rose to the occasion. It was, if we play, because we're so talented, because we're so good, if we just play our natural game, we'll just breeze by them. But there are moments in Origin, especially at the start of the game, where it's all physical and you need to be as physical as possible. And you said it initially with the first hit up to Papa. I mean, that was probably the weakest first contact I've ever seen in a hit up for an Origin game. Like, for a decider in New South Wales, that's probably I can't even think of a weaker one. Like, in Perth, you have, we were up 20-0 in the previous years, we would have bigger hits off a kickoff, you know? I just couldn't sort of fathom. I just couldn't fathom the sort of lack of intensity with the team. And that comes down to the coach. If they come out of the gate slow and lethargic and not up for it, that is, obviously it's on players, but it's also on the coach. And the players after it's like backing Madge to the hill, saying, oh, it wasn't his fault, it was our fault. Like, yeah, we know it's your fault, but you've also got to have a coach that has an impact on your morale and how you can get up for a game and also the tactics of the game. And look, the tactics were the main thing. I think, look, you can be as limp as possible, but in attack, we were a joke the entire series. The lack of change and just, obviously you've got to do it on the fly if you're Nathan Cleary, and we'll get to sort of individuals in the halves, but you just can't have such a clunky series with this amount of talent. It was like every play was the same with them. It was like Nathan Cleary runs into the line, passes out. Luai runs into the line, passes out. And then by game 3, Queensland, all right, they're just doing the same thing every time. We're just going to jam in. So they either pass wayward or they just take the tackle. Nathan Cleary took about 20 hit-ups in that. He had more hit-ups than Max King in that game. Just because they rushed up on him all the time and he refused to, I don't know, maybe take a step back. Maybe we'll just chill back a bit. Or maybe let's just kick over the top when they rush up. I don't know. It's maybe a new thought. But
Well, yeah, look, it's all easy to do in hindsight. It's very hard to do when you're out there. Nathan Cleary just had a classic case of stage fright.
No, we'll get into Cleary. But what I'm saying is, specifically with the coaching, is like you analyse game 2 and the sort of the decisions and what happened in that first half. You say, okay, we were super clunky. We need to, if they rush up like they did in game 2, we've got to have a plan for it. It's like they just wiped it from the memory. Oh, we nearly won. If Lomax hit conversions, we would have won. So let's just play exactly how we played then. That's never going to work.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate. Yeah, like you said, it's unfortunate that Laurie was there in the first place. It feels to me that in the sort of rugby league exec circles, it's becoming a bit of a boys' club where it's just, if you're a nice guy and a legend of the game, you just endlessly get these opportunities. With Laurie coming back, and even, they were on their knees ready to give Freddie the Australian job, and I'm like, in what world does Freddie deserve the Australian job after his last coaching performance? I mean, he should have been. I think, it just, how does he get that opportunity? How do these guys keep getting these opportunities when there's all these qualified coaches that played or didn't play, less than 40 years ago, that have more new age experience and understanding of how the modern game works?
I think Australia's a bit different. I don't think Australia is a case of you need a key figure of the game to really just, because these are the best players in the world. Like, you need a key figure, and Origin is similar, but you need a key figure, like an historic recent figure. We're like, oh fuck, that's Cameron Smith. Fuck.
Yeah, Cameron Smith should get the job.
Fuck, that's Freddie. Like Freddie Fittler, especially when he first came into the Blue setup with all these young kids that he brought through and sort of changed.
Yeah, but that's not what the Australian team's about.
I know, but you've got to have like I get the Freddie Fittler stuff for Australia. I did think it was time, obviously, to move on for him with the Blues coaching gig, and I think he admits it as well. But yeah, going back to Laurie is just, it's sad because he's a legend of the game, and I can't remember who said it, but someone in the media did say where, like, when Laurie first got the coaching gig, it was a lot different to now. These players that grew up didn't watch Laurie daily. Like, they didn't watch him being a legend of the game, because he's a legend of the Blues in the game, as a player especially. They didn't watch him, so they don't, like, recognize him as that. They recognize him as sort of this guy on TV, or this guy who had a great Origin win, but also lost a lot of Origin series. And I think it didn't have the impact that, like you're saying, the old heads in the New South Wales Rugby League who decide, the coaches, obviously they look at Laurie like, fuck, I remember watching Laurie and he won all these series for us. He's a legend. Like, they view him in a completely different mind to the younger generation, and what we do as well, to be fair. So we don't have this admiration for Laurie because we didn't watch him. But as a coach, that's all we can judge him on. And to be frank, he hasn't been good enough for the Blues. And the fact that he was brought back, it's a shame, because we all knew it was going to head in this direction at some point. We thought that the talent that we had over Queensland was enough, that it wouldn't matter, the sort of the coaching. But Billy Slater outcoached him thoroughly.
Yeah, and Billy Slater was under a lot of pressure after game 1, coming off the unlosable series last year after winning game 1, and then losing game 1 again in Queensland. Like, there was legitimate questions around Billy Slater's future as a Queensland coach. And then he, has that crazy speech after Aaron Woods calls him out.
Yeah.
That blows up. Kind of turns the series on its head, really. Obviously, they scrape a winning game 2 when they played badly, but New South Wales played even worse, unfortunately. And then he makes the crazy selections, brings Shibasaki in, brings Papali'i in. and he just G's them up. Obviously, the Munster situation definitely played an influence.
Look, it's obviously very sad
Yeah.
about Munster's dad, but yeah, as soon as you hear that news as a New South Wales fan, you're like, oh God, it's coming. That really scared me. It did. And yeah, he played great, and we'll get into sort of individuals probably now. And look, actually, no, before we do that, I do want to actually commend Queensland because they played unbelievable. Like, yes, we were horrendous, but completing that amount, like their first incompletion or like set that wasn't a complete, was like with 10 minutes to go. And that was just Robbie Toyer just throwing the ball and it just off and offload. It just, it happens. But they made zero mistakes the entire game. And defensively, they were superb. Again, did we make it look better than it was? Probably. But the completion rate, the way that they just attacked and were relentless, in their support play as well, that Tommy did and try where Hammer, obviously, Toya is getting pushed out the sideline. That's all backing up Prime Tedesco stuff. But that's all like just backing up and being there and wanting it more. And yeah, look, I do want to commend Queensland because obviously we're New South Welshmen. We're going to talk about how shit New South Wales are. But we should also say that Queensland played elite and they deserve to win. So, are you not going to say the same? Or
No, I can't say that.
Okay, fine. Okay, individual performances.
Yeah.
Before we get into sort of individual, how many changes are you making, say, for next year? Everyone's healthy. How many
Probably 10.
10. A lot of Penrith players are going to be cut from the side. That's going to be ruthless from you. I mean, that's crazy. Unless he wants Lindsay Smith in there and
hell no. But like, obviously
Paul Alamotti in there, and
he's not even making the Penrith team right now. But obviously, Hello Sports said
Blake Laurie.
they got the ick from this New South Wales team after the game, and I kind of agree with them. It disgusts me to look at this group of players now.
Yeah. Look, they're all your players, so they should play well in your shed. And are you playing Parramatta? Oh, yeah, you're going to play fantastic.
Well, yeah, they love the shed. Not that they're playing in the shed anymore.
The shed's under renovation. Which is great.
It's going to have all the bells and whistles.
Shock, they're not in the top 8. Oh,
they are in the top 8.
Just in the top 8. The first time in 5 years they're not playing in a shed. Is that a coincidence?
Mate,
don't really think so.
They've just won 4 in a row. They're still in the mix here.
Yeah.
Don't write them off. Anyway, let's go through the team. Obviously, number 1, Dylan Edwards.
Yeah.
He didn't play badly, but he didn't offer much apart from just
he didn't offer anything. There was zero support. He's the most boring player I have ever seen in a back position. Like. There's zero flair with him. There is zero creativity. It's I catch the ball, I run. And I run sideways, I don't duck in for a bit. Like, he is so bang average, it's not even funny.
But he's elite at doing that.
But in Origin, everyone's elite at doing that. So what the fuck is he doing?
Well, he's safe. He's safe under the high ball.
Is he? I don't think he's actually that good under the high ball.
He's pretty good, but obviously, he's not going to be in the team next year. That's the obvious.
I don't know. I think they might.
They're not.
Especially if Laurie keeps his job. I mean...
Well, yeah, Laurie did say in the press conference he's happy with the squad and he'll pick him again next year.
I think he could keep his job. Like, the New South Wales media, because he's worked in media, like, the New South Wales media isn't that hard on him. Like, they'll say, if you watch NRL 360, they're like, oh, yeah, he should keep his job. Buzz is like, yeah, get given another year. And I'm like, what? He's had 6 years. And Buzz is like, oh, he's only been in there for 1 year. He needs another year to do this. He's been there for 6 years. 7. And he's lost 6 of them.
Yeah.
Not ideal.
Not ideal, no.
So, yeah, Dylan Edwards, get him out. Get Teddy in. Teddy is in so much better form.
Pappenhausen is the next...
All they did was pick Penrith players who, at the time, are, like, hovering around the 8. And at this time, they're hovering around the 8. They're not in form. Yeah, but he didn't pick form players.
Off the back of 4 comps in a row. You've got to give them that respect.
You've got to give them some respect. Like, I would have picked Cleary. I would have picked Martin. I would have picked, Toe. I would have picked some of these guys. But you can't be picking Lindsay Smith in the extended bench. You can't be picking Dylan Edwards. Sorry, when Pappenhausen is in the form that he's in, when Tedesco's in the form that he's in.
Well, you're not bringing back a 33-year-old Tedesco next year. That's just not going to happen.
If he's playing,
That's not
he's
gonna
going to win the
happen.
Dally M this year.
Yeah, but the Dally M is just who is having a good season.
Oh, Dylan
in a
Edwards
shit
isn't going to
team.
win it. I'll tell you that for free.
Yeah, because obviously not. He's not going to get the points in his team, is he?
Zero star power about Dylan Edwards. He's got to go. He's got to go.
Okay, but Tedesco's not coming in.
Oh, so you get
it's
Pappy.
Pappenhausen.
Pappy is going to get pushed back 10 metres every time he runs the ball.
The Hammer should have got pushed back 10 metres every time he ran it.
Hammer's like got 100 kegs on him.
No, he doesn't.
Pappy's literally 50 kilos.
Yeah, but it obviously doesn't
Again,
happen.
he's got
It doesn't
style.
happen.
I think he creates.
He's
he'll
got X
come up the
factor.
middle. He's got X factor.
Or
But it's a Reece Walsh situation. He's too small.
Or we pray for Tom Trbojevic to be fit.
That ship is way on. That is 2021 stuff. Yeah. Look, Pappy's way better than Edwards, so I get Pappy in there instead of him.
Okay. Wingers, Toto's obviously safe. The man is
Yeah.
a legend.
Lomax, get going.
Lomax is off.
After last series, we're like, oh my God, we found our origin winger for the next decade. Turns out we didn't. The guy can kick fantastically when we're losing. Actually, no, he can't. He kicked fantastically in Sydney. We would have won the game in game 2 if he could actually kick. So it's not that we're dropping him because of his kicking. He makes dumb mistakes, really dumb mistakes. He has not a lot of speed, if any.
That's harsh.
Every time he gets the ball,
Not a lot
he's just
of
trying
speed,
to
if
trot
any.
the other winger. He's never trying to go on the outside. He's never.
That's his game, though. And it worked really well, but it just didn't work at all in this
He's
game.
crap.
Yeah,
We're picking it. He's playing for the worst team the second worst team in the comp. And we're just like picking him willy-nilly. Marky Mark.
Bro, come on.
You were
Zach Lomax was the right pick going into the series.
going to the series, absolutely. Was the right pick. But after game 2,
You're not going to make changes after game 2.
how do you not make changes? We lost the game.
Because
Billy won the game and he made 4 changes.
Yeah, but you don't make changes when you win game 1 dominantly and then game 2
You don't make mass. Look, I get it. You still pick him, but I'm talking about for next series here.
Yeah.
He's got to go. If Marky Mark's still improving, still showing that he's
I think Carraz is next man up.
which is criminal. Well, under Laurie, he does the same. He's a shitter version of Lomax.
Oh, he's a better version of Lomax.
I've never seen
good under a high
Carraz
ball.
beat anyone. He's
What?
like he would just run inside and truck a bloke. Like
Best offloading outside back in the comp, easily.
great.
He beats players on most runs he has.
I'm not saying he's a bad player. I'm saying that there are better options.
Mark's attack is obviously the best in the comp, but he has way
That's
too
what I'm
many
saying.
errors.
But
Way
it's his
too many errors.
He hasn't even played a year in rugby league.
Well, let's see him not have 5 errors a game, and then we can put him in.
He hasn't done that since the.
I watch
He
him
hasn't
every
done
week. He has so many, like the most errors of any winger in the
But
comp.
he also is like the biggest gun I've ever seen in my life in attack.
Yeah.
He would have scored. He would have scored at least 10 tries in this series. I can guarantee you. If he's up against Shibasaki, some friggin' I don't know what he is. He's a fucking restaurant on a Japanese food menu. I don't know. I don't know.
What?
I don't know. I'm
Anyway,
making shit up.
Yes, Mark. Obviously, if he gets rid of the errors, sure, I'll consider him. But right now, you can't put him in.
No, I was saying right now. I was talking about next year. I'm saying on the trajectories that they're on, Lomax is going like this. Mark's going up here. Kiraz is just like
and
here.
with Mark, it's looking like next year's going to be his last year in league. So, because he wants to go play in the Union World Cup.
You pick again. We're getting into this cycle of like, oh, we need to like think about future series. We need to think about now. We need to win every series. So let's not fucking piss about. He is the best attacking winger in the comp. With more time, he'll get used to sort of defensive stuff, and he'll be elite. Bob's your uncle. But yeah, more on Lomax. Just he's so bang average, so bang average. Did he have any sort of try scoring opportunities? No, but like he didn't do anything else. Now centers going into this series, going into this game again. Shibasaki and Toya thinking this is
barbecue chicken.
This is prime Shaq barbecue chicken time. Turns out it wasn't. And we got the two best centers in the comp by a country mile. Yet they did nothing. And look, I think it was more the fact that we'll talk about the halves, but it was more the fact that the halves gave them shocking balls every single time they got it. They were getting pummeled every single time they caught the ball. And they didn't give them any time to maneuver. And you saw game one, Crichton, when he had time, did well. You saw in game three with Latrell, when he had time, he did well. And he was creating stuff for Toto. But there was just no chance that either one of them had. I'd still pick him for next year, hands down. I know some are going to go Bradman Best, but instead of Latrell, but I just wouldn't.
I mean, Crichton's obviously a lock. He had even less opportunity than Latrell. I mean, he never got the fucking ball, and then he did.
He's on the right side.
He did score a try in the end, and obviously defensively he is elite, so you're not going to drop him.
No.
Latrell is an interesting one. Like when he did have the ball in attack, he looked silky. Like he has incredible hands, probably the best hands in the comp. So attacking wise, you can still see the upside in having him. Defensively is where there was issues. Rob Toyer stood him up multiple times,
but Bobby T he can do that to anyone.
Yeah, well, we need someone who can stop that.
But again, we can't get into this fighting match because we'll end up with fucking We'll end up with some reserve graders going up against.
Well,
like,
I think someone that plays center week in week out is going to do a better job defensively than Latrell at this point in his career. Someone like Bradman
I'm not
Best.
disagreeing, but I'm saying that Bobby Toyer's done that to like Tony. Like he's done that to fucking every other center. Like he is a gun at steps. Like he's just that kind of guy. Like he's so athletic. He's going to do that to anyone. So, like, am I surprised that Latrell got beat on a couple of moves from?
Well, okay. Well, would you move Crichton to the left then next year?
I wouldn't. I think you want to keep Crichton. Crichton's never played on the left, has he?
Yeah, he's played everywhere.
Well, I'd be hesitant. I don't know. I'd just be hesitant. I think.
For what reason?
Because you want to keep them on their preferred side. I think
Crichton and Totos together is just.
But did they ever play on the same side? It wasn't a Burden that was on that centre when they were.
Burden was there in 21. But like Crichton's played everywhere from left wing, left centre, right wing.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was ever with Toto, but they would definitely be able to make that work. But then obviously, is Latrell good on the right? Probably not as good as he is on the left in attack.
No.
So, yeah, tough decisions.
I'd keep it the same, personally. I think it was...
And I just go to Latrell and say, please, mate, I would love to have a slightly higher work rate out of you. If you could just take a few more carries, that would help me greatly in trusting you.
Yeah, you're not wrong. But look, again, not really their fault. I'd still pick them for next year. Still the best centers in the game. The halves. The Prime Panthers.
Look, we can't overlook the fact that Jerome Luai is now a West Tiger, and that makes you shit, essentially. So Jerome Luai, I don't want to see him in a blue jersey ever again, to be honest.
No. And look, he'd been up and down, if we're honest, he'd been up and down for the Blues when he was in Penrith. Never mind now that he's in the Tigers. So he hadn't been in the best of form. Clubland, they won without him. You know, it's kind of like, it's a bit, he's picked on reputation there. If we look back on it objectively, no one was upset that he was picked in the first place. But now we're looking at it, it's like, well, he plays 7 at Clubland. He hasn't played 6 for a year. And he's not in good form. And there are other really good options. He came in with an injury crisis. He wasn't the originally picked half. We get that. But for future years, he has to be bottom of the, sort of, not bottom of the pile, but like bottom of like the...
He's down to
the realistic choices.
He's down to 5th choice. But yeah, he was, I mean...
Bang average.
Average.
He was worse than that, actually. Some of his kicking was atrocious.
Yeah, that one for the 7 tackles at the start of the
second game as well. He did the same thing in game 2. Early on, kicked it into the... Like, This brother is you think he's a second row or a prop? He can't kick.
No, he's not. He's never been an elite kicker. Like, his short grubber kicks are pretty good.
Yeah, but like, can you kick it? It's not like he's having to, like, he kicks 5 times a game, but like, he doesn't long kick. Like, you're in the 30-meter line and you're just kicking it to the opposition every time. Like, that's crazy. How are you doing that? That is almost a skill to fuck up that much. Like, that he's getting pinpoint to the other team.
Yeah, and he just looked like his herky jerk, sort of unpredictable style where he steps off the left every time into trouble. It worked in the Penrith system because all those players knew how to react off of it, but it just doesn't work in Origin. He's really not that good at getting his outside men good quality ball. That's not his strength, really, where that's kind of what we need you to do. And that's all we need you to do, really. So, he wasn't good enough. He can't be in the team going forward next year. Obviously, Nathan, again, most people are saying give him a break next year.
Yeah, that's what the Hello Sport boys. They said, look, you got to give him just a couple of years off it. You can't just be chucking him straight back into the fire, because if he plays next series, he's going to be under the most pressure any Seven has ever got in an Origin series.
Yeah. Like what I would say going for him, and honestly, I was so off that performance from Nathan. I would not be.
Do you believe me now?
I would not be upset if they didn't pick him.
Wow,
which is huge coming from me.
Yeah, I mean, I've said it for years that Moses is better. I said in this series, I'd pick Katoa over him. There are many.
That's.
I'm picking Katoa next year, but if we're going to talk about halves combos for next year, I'm picking Katoa. I don't give a fuck.
We can talk about that, but this is what Nathan has going for him, is that the one game he played with Moses, they worked really well. So when Moses is fit next year,
it was still really clunky.
It was better than with Luai, and they won the game.
No shit.
And secondly, he's going to be the best halfback in the comp the rest of this year and the start of next year. So he's going to force his way into the conversation through form.
But again, it's a Mitch Pearce argument. He's Mitch Pearce.
Well, he's better than Mitch Pearce.
How?
In Clubland. Way better. Way better.
I'd say...
Dude,
no.
Oh my God.
Hang on. Okay, I'm not saying that he's not better, but you can't say way better. Mitch Pearce, in his prime, was top 3 halfback in the game. So don't fucking...
Nathan Cleary has been number 1 for 5 straight years.
I'm not disagreeing. But you talking down Mitch Pearce like he wasn't...
Mitch Pearce was a great player.
Mitch Pearce, and we were picking Trent Hodgkinson and Josh Reynolds in the halves.
Yeah, because Mitch Pearce lost 7 series in a row.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Well, Nathan Cleary has lost too many Origins. Even if he is better than the other half that could be picked, it doesn't matter because he's already failed too many times.
And that's why I say I would not be, throwing up a fuss.
When he's 38, chuck him in a Game 3 decider, sure. He might throw a miracle pass. Sure. But for the rest of my lifetime, I want to see at least Katoa.
Okay. Well, so let's just predict. What would your halves be next year? For me personally, I think Burton has to be in there at 6. I think his game is just so perfect for Origin, and he's too good to not be playing Origin every year. And then you go Moses or Katoa.
I wouldn't pick it. I love Burton in Origin, and I think he should be. If Latrell wasn't picked, I'd actually pick Burton as a left-sided centre. But yeah, I
think he's perfect.
How much I love Katoa.
He's a big body.
How much I love Katoa.
He's a big body with an elite running game and the most dangerous kicking game.
But he's not creative at all.
But he's a 5'8". You don't need in Origin.
Well, look at this one. When we got no creativity in the halves, we're fucking stinking it up.
Katoa or Moses can be the creative ones.
I pick Katoa and Moses, personally. I think, Katoa plays most of his footy off the left anyway. So I think Katoa would fit perfectly into the 6. I just think he's unbelievable. I think he's so good. I think he's the second best.
Did you watch the game last night?
He's full. He's got Mark Nichols and fucking...
He got cooked, bro. They shut him down like multiple times.
He's the only player. Him and Herbie Farnworth are the only players in that team. And they're in the top 8 fight. How is that even possible?
Well, but I mean, what are you picking? You're picking him on how he plays in that team. And Katoa, when put under pressure, I've noticed in the last few weeks, does struggle.
Because he's got no... He's kicking off the 30-metre... Did you watch that? He was kicking off the 30-metre line every single time.
I'm talking about an attack when they have the ball on the 20 and he's getting tackled on last every time.
I'm telling you, he is so good. He is
good. And also, he's extremely ball dominant. I can't see him playing off the ball to Moses. And he's very like...
He's great defensively.
He's very
He's got a great
stop-start.
kicking game. What isn't there... Like, what isn't there to like? I think he's elite at giving his...
I just don't think he's ready for Origin.
He played... Look at Herbie Farmworth. Herbie Farmworth is the best centre in the comp. Partly because Katoa gives him so much good ball. And he lets Herbie do his thing at times. But then he also uses that. And he's so intelligent with the ball that he uses that and uses the second rowers to get easy line breaks with them as well. So I just think that he is so creative. And it's something that we've lacked for years with Nathan Cleary and Luai. We've had great moments, yes. But ever since really 2021, we've been stinking it because we've had zero creativity. And yeah, I just think that they're too by the script and Katoa can play off script. Look at Cam Munster. Cam Munster is at times average for the Storm, but when he plays in the Origin arena, when it's off script, he's elite. You need one of those guys to do that. And I think Moses is a bit too scripty. He can obviously pull things out of his arse, which is great, but you do need, I think, a Katoa next to him. I think if it's Burden and Moses, it's like Luai and especially in short form attack. Maybe not like obviously the whole game, but in short form attack, it's too similar to Luai and.
I don't think it is because Burton is so direct. He does not play like.
It's very
Luai
similar
at
to
all.
I'm too many flashbacks of Penrith. It's too Serraldo's system. This Penrith system does not work in Origin. We've already been through this. They kick it. This is how Penrith win. They beat them to death by kicking it long, completing your sets, and drilling him in a corner. That doesn't work in Origin because everyone's doing that. And everyone's showing up and giving the extra effort and not taking players off, especially Queensland. So I just think it's too on brand for what's happened over the last couple of years to pick Burden.
But Katoa and Moses, I mean...
Because Burden hasn't been... Without... Like, obviously this year he's playing better and the Dogs are playing better, but he's been up and down for the Dogs over his career. He has. And
he
really,
has,
until
but
Serraldo...
That's just because he's
elite
been
in that
developing as a
system.
six.
But when he's out of that system, I struggle. And even when he played Origin before, he wasn't elite. Like, he had those great bombs, but he wasn't great.
He was solid.
But again...
As like a 20-year-old.
Luai is solid. Cleary was solid as a 20-year-old.
Luai's bad.
Luai was solid as a 20-year-old in Origin. But it just... I don't know. It's too similar for me. I think you need to switch things up.
I don't see how it's similar. They play completely
I think
differently.
Katoa's a better player than him as well. I just think he is a better player. You don't think Katoa's a better player than Matt Burton?
I wouldn't be mad at Katoa and Burton. Just go completely for the future.
But
they can play 5 years together.
But Moses deserves to be in that. He's won us Origin. Like, he won... Like, complete opposite to Nathan
He's probably
Cleary.
going to get injured again. He can't string 5 games
Well,
together.
the thought is, obviously, fully healthy. Like, I get it. Moses has injury issues. And if he got injured, I think they'd pick Cleary, honestly. Especially, look,
Probably.
if Laurie's a coach at the same team, Max King's running back out. And I'm like, fuck that.
How did you get there?
But yeah. Yeah, it's not great.
Okay, well, we'll leave the hubs there. Quickly go to the forward pack. 9, would you stick with Reece?
People are giving a lot of
He's
love.
pretty average, but...
I think he's played okay. I think defensively, he's elite. And I think people are talking about Appy Coruscant. Again, Appy hasn't been that great. Like, he's been okay.
Look, I think he's a better player than Robson, but you're not going to bring him in at 34 years of age for 1 year. Like,
I stick with Robson. Like, I think Robson-Watson combination, I think that's okay.
Yeah, Watson I'd probably be doing away with, but Robson...
No, that's fucking... Well, yeah, Blake Brayley
He
in
looks
the
like
team.
a lost dog out there when he gets on.
He's the best utility in the game.
Yeah,
and
but he only has value if someone gets injured.
No, he doesn't. He's a great... So every time he came on, we actually had a bit of energy about us, actually had a bit of creativity, and actually scored points. So I don't know what you're talking about. He came on in the 50... Like,
he looks lost out there. He's just like shuffling around, like doing...
It's called
360s
ad-lib
on the
footy.
spot.
That's what Cam Munster does.
Yeah,
but then
he's nowhere near Cam Munster though.
But I'm saying that's what Origin footy's about. So let's park the Connor
I
Watson
want a bit of...
the hottest man in rugby league. Let's
Look,
park
big
that.
fan, not in my team.
Okay, so Robson we're picking again.
Robson, sure, he can stay. Props, Payne Haas obviously stays, even though he was a bit mid in game 3.
He's had a million injections. He's like a fucking...
okay, he can't train, whatever. He can play.
He was Max King.
Max King, he's got to go.
I mean, I've said this. I said it after I watched watching game 2. Every time he was there, I mean, they either went backwards with the ball, made no contact, post-contact meters, and every time he was tackling, it was the biggest, weakest. He's got to be 60 kegs at this point. Like, he's 60, 70 kegs away. He's tackling. Like, if Connor Watson tackled like that, if he tackled like that off the bench, I'd be like, oh, Connor needs to fucking sharp up. He needs to put some hits on. Like, the bloke's up front. He weighs 150 kegs, and he can't put a hit on. Josh Papali, first hit up of the game. It's like a catch and release. It's like...
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, what can you say?
It's like a trust fall. It's always like, he's just, come back, Josh. Here, come back, my son. Just come lay down. I'll put a nice pillow for you.
Yeah. Well, maybe he was just being nice. You know, he's probably a big fan of Josh.
Again, sounds like a great guy. But I'm sick of just great guys. I mean...
Yeah.
The guy cannot put a hit on. Let's get Hamoli in front row. Oh, that's it. I've had enough of it.
Hamoli, that would not go well.
Let's put some hit. I don't care. Let's put some hits on.
But I think it's safe to say the pack will look a bit different next year. Obviously,
can we pick Suwali again? Can we do that?
No.
Just Suwali? Can we just get him? Can we load him from Rugby Australia
just to get himself red carded
again? Put a hit on. We won that series because they were like, fuck, these guys are scary. Yeah. Look at this series. Max King's fucking catch and releasing blokes off the first hit up on the game 3 decider.
Yeah. Well, look, he was only in the team because of injuries. Obviously next year Cam Murray comes back.
He's only in the. Is there not 17 NRL teams? Is there not? Well, is there not like 12 of them in Sydney with starting front rowers in every team?
You could have picked other players, but I'm just saying he probably wouldn't have been picked if everyone was healthy.
Why don't we pick Shaq Mitchell? Let's get Shaq Mitchell in there.
Well, he's probably next man up. But, yeah, look, I didn't realise how badly they missed Cam Murray, but he is probably the most important player to this New South Wales team, I'd say. They missed him so badly. Isaiah Yeo, I think...
Well, we're moving around a bit. I think we're in the Max King hate train.
Okay, well, we've established he's not in the team next year. Okay?
Well, can we establish that he shouldn't... Like, why the fuck he was picked for the third game and started in the... After his performance in game 2, how is he starting in game 3?
Because, as I said, they were never going to make changes. I
would have rather seen Lindsay Smith starting than him in game 3.
Well... Wasn't to be.
Okay, sorry for the Max, but if he's in the team next year, I don't know what's going on. He'd have to have
congratulations. He's achieved an amazing goal.
But the props are the main talking point. The people that aren't like the Penrith fans that aren't blaming, like obviously, Edwards and Cleary should be in the team. That's not their fault. They're all blaming the front rowers, and they're saying why wasn't Keon picked? Why wasn't Terrell May picked? We've been on the train of Terrell May should not have been picked. Like, if you think Max King was bad in terms of like just being a bit soft as a front rower, this Terrell May would get dragged back 10 metres every time he ran the ball. Yeah. Great offloader, great player, but not suited for Origin football. Keon, on the other hand, don't know how he wasn't picked instead of him.
No, and especially when you look at Stefano, I mean...
Well, we're moving around a bit.
Well, it's the forward rotation.
The forward rotation.
Stefano Utoikamanu, my guy.
He wasn't that bad, I thought. And look, the try was... Look, he's had shocking moments. Obviously, the Nathan Cleary disallowed try.
What did he run for? 10 metres?
Max King ran for like 9 for 36. He ran 3 metres per carry.
We've been over Max King. Okay? I'm not saying Max King was great. I'm just... We're now talking about Stefano.
I think the Hello Sport boy said it the best. If you could have thrown the bloke further.
But at least Max King's playing well for the Dogs. Stefano is... I swear he's averaging 60 metres for the season.
He's the coach. What do you expect?
Who cares?
How do you think he got him to Melbourne? Mate,
come down here, average 60 metres. We'll get you in the Origin team.
Yes,
it'll be great. But I mean, how?
Again, it's not really his fault. It came on... Every time he's come on, we've been down 20 points anyway. It's not really... We've not like lost that much because he's been on. I think
the issue is that he's in the team in the first place, not...
But that's the thing. It's all about...
When you're leaving someone like Keon out.
It's like people... we need to pick people who deserve it. That's the thing with the Burden. Like, yeah, Burden's a good option, but like, They want him in there because he deserves it. Like, Terrell May, I want him in there because he deserves it. Stefano doesn't deserve to. It's about picking the best team for Origin.
Keon deserves it.
Do you think Shibasaki deserved to be in Origin? Do you think Robertoya in Game 1 deserved to be in Origin?
Yeah, they're playing well, and Queensland have no stocks in that position.
I'm saying that you pick on what you feel will suit Origin. And clearly, obviously, I'm not on the Stefano train. I'm not saying they should have been picked. But I'm saying when people say, I didn't deserve to be there, that shouldn't be the criteria. It should be if you're shit in Origin, you should not be picked again. And that's more the train that you should be on. It's like, well, he was shit in Game 2.
Well, it's a combination. I think to get there, you've got to deserve it.
Yeah, but that's the criteria. Like, again, like I said, the Terrell May thing, it's like, we need to pick him because he's the best front row. He's Dalian Prop of the year. Like, we get it. But doesn't mean he should be there. Just because he deserves it doesn't mean it will help the team win the game.
Yeah, but there's a balance.
There is a balance. And that's there is a balance. That's part of it, like you said, but it's not all of it.
But yes.
Stefano shouldn't have been.
Stefano shouldn't have been.
Keon should have been the starting front rower. And I think I'd pick maybe Hamoli and Spencer off the bench. I think that... and Hamoli can fit in at prop off the bench if he needs to, or second row.
We've seen Hamoli off the bench and it wasn't great.
But he put a hit on. He was a fucking mongrel when he was out there. And that's what we need. We need someone that's got a bit of oomph about him. He's going to put a hit on a poor camera guy on the Matty John show. Like, we need someone that's going to have a bit of something about him. Max King and Stefano wouldn't hurt a fly.
No, but yeah.
Which we all wouldn't. I think flies are great insects, but
I think...
Are they insects? Are they?
I don't know. They're birds or bugs or something.
Bugs. We stick with bugs. I think birds is a bit far, but
probably not a bird. No.
Yeah, no.
Anyway, yes, I think next year Murray's the 13, Payne and Yo are your props, and then off the bench you go Spencer and Keon and maybe Hamoli.
See, that's what we need. Imagine looking at that team across from you. You got Spencer, you got Keon, you got Hamoli. I mean, you'd be shit scared. You'd be fucking... Well, look at the bench. We've got Max King, Stefano,
Hudson.
And Hudson. Like, Hudson's scary. But he makes a mistake every 20 minutes, that bloke. Like, he can't save himself. Like, people are like, why didn't he come on? Why did he come on so late? It's like, well, every time he comes on, we get a mistake out of him.
Because he's on... Hudson Young is unfortunately in the position where he's an out-and-out back rower. If he's in the team, he needs to be the starting back rower, realistically.
100%, yeah.
But he was just playing so well at Clubland that they felt like he had to be, or he deserved to be in the team.
Again,
so
my point stands about the deserve thing.
Yeah.
He deserved to be there. Doesn't mean he should have been picked on the bench.
Yeah. Yeah. And yes, we can briefly touch on back rowers as well while we're there. Would you keep Liam and Angus?
I would, yeah. I think they're too elite. I didn't think either of them had their best series. I thought Liam tried hard, but I still think they're elite at their best. And you saw it last year. They were unbelievable in last year's Origin series. And they were both probably our player of the series combined. So, especially Gus was unreal last year. And I think it was just, again, a fact of they got terrible ball. They got pumped every time Cleary or Luai passed it to them because they just passed them way too late. And it was so predictable. And it was just impossible for them to get any room in Game 3.
Yeah, I mean, it was a disappointing series for both of them in, my opinion.
But back rowers are products of their halfbacks at times. And that's just...
But they still both... I mean, Liam Martin all year has been down on form, I'd say. He still tries hard and still has great moments where you can see he's elite, but I'd say he's having a down year by his standards. The same with Angus. I mean, Angus was never going to maintain the form he had last year. That was literally insane.
He was the best player in the comp, almost.
Yeah, but he has come off that form a little bit.
But he's still elite. I'd still put him as probably the best back row in the game.
Yeah, he's still up there. Probably not as good as Cody Capes after Origin, but,
How do we lose to Trent Liero and Kurt Capewell?
Cody Capes once again does it.
Cody Capes and Trent Liero.
Trent
Liero, I didn't know what he looked like till this year. I mean...
No, I was screaming that at the game. I was like, you're so shit, you're making Trent Liero look good. This is pathetic. And, I mean, the whole team, Shibasaki looked like a world beater. Obviously, he was going to do that. As soon as they picked him, you just knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
Rob Toya...
He's unreal. Robert Toya is unreal.
He's played 10 games of first grade. He shouldn't be doing that.
He's unreal. Look, Dearden,
I mean, getting rid of Cherry Evans, what a masterstroke. That guy sucked.
Wally Lewis.
Dearden the saviour.
Yeah. Roy Lewis, yeah.
Dearden's not even that good at clubland. I mean, he's good.
That's what they do. They step up in Origin. What do our players do? Sink. Anyway, I think it's time to get off the Origin chat. What a shit series. And
it hurts
and
so much.
If Katoa gets picked next year, I might.
I honestly care about Origin more than the comp at this point.
Well, yeah, you've won 4 of them. No shit. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'd rather. Yeah, me too. Yeah, I love that. But no, not great. Anyway, moving on. We can talk a bit about some basketball news. DeAndre Ayton signing with the Lakers. Just brief. I mean, we don't need it. We can talk about this for about a minute. We missed it. Free agency though. There's a couple of things happening.
Yeah, a lot of movement.
DeAndre Ayton recently though gone to the Lakers.
Yeah.
You missed out on Brook Lopez, so unlucky.
Well, you're going to enjoy Brook. Let me tell you what.
I think as a bench big, he's fantastic. So I don't know what you're talking about. Don't know what to talk about with that. The draft as well happened.
Yep.
Not much out of the draft that was surprising, other than the fact that the Ace Bailey was just like, yeah, I'm going to pick who I go to. I don't want to go to any of like Utah or anything like that. End up Utah picking him. So good luck with that one, buddy.
You should have just been better that Dallas wanted to take you. You know what I mean?
But it's like, how dumb are you? You could have been the 3rd pick in the draft, but you're just like, I think you just get terrible advice. And he's just basically saying, oh yeah, I'm going to pick who I want to go to. That's not how the draft works. Do you understand how much team control NBA teams have? Like, they have 7 years of your rights. 7, 8 years probably of your rights. It's not happening, buddy. You're getting drafted. So yeah, he's going to Utah, so good luck to him.
Good luck.
Apart from that, nothing really happened. Brooklyn Nets managed to absolutely... I mean, they had 5 first-round picks. Didn't trade up for anything, but just took the most bang-average mid-players you've ever seen. So glad to see Brooklyn's keeping up their tradition of being shit.
They got MPJ. That's a huge signing.
Terrible trade. I mean, that's the worst trade I've ever seen in my life. I mean, you're taking on MPJ's contract and his podcasting skills for Cam Johnson, who is by far a better player, and all you're getting back is a first-round pick. Great trade.
Look, that's just the Brooklyn way. They love trades that they lose.
But yeah, nothing major happened. Obviously, Dorian Finney-Smith. It was a shit free agent class, if we're honest. Kevin Durant got traded, which makes Houston a bit better. But yeah, nothing major I don't think happened, really. LeBron saying that, oh yeah, I'm going to accept my option, but I want to go. Why don't you just not accept your option, mate? You're a billionaire. Do you need the extra 50
he
mil?
Wants the money, bro.
But yeah, I think it's just more of a sort of run-of-the-mill free agency, nothing major. Was anything that sort of sparked your interest?
No, it wasn't really a big free agent class.
Obviously, the Dame Lillard thing was surprising.
Oh, yes. Dame Lillard being bought out, that is very, very surprising.
Yeah, let's pay Dame Lillard $25 million a year for the next 5 years. That's going to work out.
Yeah, so it's essentially a car crash in Milwaukee. The Giannis trade request is inbound.
But they did it to keep Giannis there. It's like,
yeah, but
you're doing this for Miles Turner. You're going to be essentially playing Miles Turner $50 million a year. That's going to keep him around. That's really going to...
I mean, that moves the needle.
Yeah.
But
that's the whole... It was just probably the most boring free agency I've ever been a part of, in the fact that the whole talk from Shams and everyone was like, oh, they're all gearing up for 2027. It's like, that's 3 years away. What? 2027? It's like, well, all these free agents are coming off in 2026 and 2027. It's like...
I looked at them. They're all 40 years old by that point.
Yeah, it's like Kevin Durant, LeBron James,
Steph Curry.
Like, great. That's fantastic. But yeah, nothing major to really harp on about NBA, I don't think. But yeah, football, bit of football news.
Well, what are your thoughts on the Club World Cup that's been happening? I think everyone's hated it unanimously.
Look, I think it's the product itself isn't been bad at all. I think it's a cool idea in theory. My problem is with football, it's criminal how much these guys play. It's so criminal. Like, I wouldn't want to be in the Club World Cup because you're just drilling these blokes into the ground. Like, they have no rest. Like, they're back. Man United are back for preseason training like last week, and it's crazy to me that Chelsea players probably have a week and a half off, and then they're back. it's like, and then they're back getting ready for preseason tours and stuff. I just think it's crazy that, this Club World Cup is going on and these players having to sort of play all these games, and it's just going to lead to more and more injuries. I just can't stand it. I don't hate the odd one, but get rid of like stupid things like Nations Leagues and for international tournaments. Like, it should be old fashioned. Season should end every 2 years as the Euros, and Copa America. Every 2 years and then 2 years after that there's a World Cup. So every 4 years there's a individual one, but you know what I mean. Like, there's a year gap between the next sort of major international tournament. That's what it should be. Pre-season tours, like Man United played a game out here, like a week after the season end, or like in Malaysia a week.
But they don't play like their proper team.
They played like a good solid amount of like first hit. It's like, it's just all about money, and it's crazy to me. I hate it. I think the season should end. They should have their break. They should rest up and then get back into it. So yeah, and you look at other sports like NFL. They play 18 weeks, and then they're off for about. And they obviously have preseason, so call it 26 weeks that they're back. They play their sport half of the year. That's it. Football's like.
I mean, it's like with even the contact sports, they're obviously going to be shorter seasons.
I get that, but like for football, it's like they played in, like even the seasons are too, like they played their last games in like May, end of May. The season starts in August. That's 2-3 months. So yeah, I just think it's way too short. And the amount of preseason games is crazy. Transfer news wise, nothing insane at the moment. Arsenal have bought Noni Madueke from Chelsea. Bit interesting. Madueke. United doing nothing as per usual.
Aren't they linked to some player,
Mbeumo, yeah.
Wow.
Taken about 3 months to get that over the line, so that's great. We haven't done anything else apart from we signed this random Colombian geezer that no one's ever heard of. Right. Great. Fantastic. We're doing nothing. We're shit. So not much to talk about from that standpoint. Bit of UFC news though. The White House. Donald Trump.
White House down.
Is going to be hosting a 2026 White House event. Is it UFC 350 or something?
I have no idea. Is it confirmed?
I think it is confirmed.
Is it?
I think so. Yeah, Dana confirmed it.
So it's just taking place they're building an octagon in the White House.
Yeah, essentially. He said about 35,000 people.
What?
I don't know how.
How can you fit that many people in the White House?
I don't know. But John Jones apparently coming out of retirement for it said he did it to represent America, which is probably the biggest.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I've ever fucking seen.
John Jones, an absolute joke of a human.
Retiring
for 2 weeks is the most beta shit I've ever seen in my life.
Probably could kill us with an instant, and is probably the most dangerous man in the planet. Again, beta shit though.
I mean, to just be like, White House, I'll just jump back in the testing pool now.
It's like
so pathetic.
It's almost weird. It was like, all right, I'm going to do the most amount of steroids and drugs I can possibly do within this 2 weeks, and then I'm going to be in the testing. It's almost like he wanted like just a 2-week bender, and then
or he was just like, I'm planning on fighting Aspinall in a year. I just want to get all these roids in me real quick so they can be, not detected when I'm actually getting tested.
Yeah, we know how that works. Yeah, that's probably how it works. But no, I just can't believe it. I think it's crazy from him. Conor also wants to fight on it. That bloke, talk about drugs. I mean, he's flying high.
What a sad end to a career. Because there's no way in hell he ever fights again. And
he's going to fight Mike Perry.
He's never going to fight Mike Perry.
Did you see him as promotion for Bare Knuckle?
He's like a part owner in Bare Knuckle now. And he does speeches at the start of all the events, like G-Up speeches. He's a good talker. He's always been good on the mic, so he's very skilled at that. But I don't really care about him doing speeches at Bare Knuckle. So
bit weird of a bloke.
Just obvious, very sad end to the career. He's clearly addicted to cocaine.
Allegedly.
Well, no, clearly.
Allegedly.
Clearly allegedly, but
clearly allegedly.
just I guess he wants to fight on the White House card.
I think it'd be funny as fuck though.
It would, but and
it
would be Chandler. The guy for some reason has a vendetta against Chandler.
I think he's like the only guy that he can see himself beating, like realistically, and that's why he does it.
And I mean, Michael Chandler is so washed at this point.
He's lost every fight in the UFC.
Yeah, he must be 40 years old almost.
I want him like Tony Ferguson. Get like a.
What is Tony Ferguson doing?
Everyone ever.
He obviously, I think he got released from the UFC. And he signed with one of these upstart promotions that was like, $1 million on the line to the winner or whatever. I think he was scheduled to fight Dylan Dennis in that. And obviously the promotion went bankrupt because it was a load of bullshit before the fights even happened. And now I haven't seen him doing anything. So just back, I don't know, maybe it's obscurity for the rest of life for Tony Ferguson.
He's not new to that. You know, that's kind of how he's lived his life. So, yeah, UFC... Hopefully it's a Conor Jones. That's what Dana teased. He's like, they could be both on the same card.
I'd rather see Topuria Islam. That would be the fight.
I'd much rather see Conor and Jones on the same card.
Well, I guess from an entertainment point of view.
Like it would just be peak entertainment. Trump is there, the White House, and then, just John Jones and Aspinall, and then Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler as the could you imagine that? That's your main card.
Crazy.
It'd be even crazier like 5 years ago, but
it would be way crazier 5 years ago. But it would be interesting. Obviously, I think Aspinall's said that he's got his next fight is locked in. He's got a date and an opponent, so hopefully we'll see him fight this year at some point. And then hopefully he wins so he can be locked in. I mean, is the White House thing guaranteed? I don't know. I'll see it when I believe it. I
think it's 100% going to happen.
I don't know. It seems like a very
this
hard
is
thing to
like the
pull
most
off.
Trump thing to ever happen. I think he is a pure gladiator. This is so cool. I'm going to fucking put on a UFC. Trump, this is probably his number one thing on his agenda. He does not care about anything.
Well, he cares about the wars going on.
Yeah, maybe. But I think he cares about the UFC more.
Maybe.
Any other news?
Any other news? Cricket.
Bit of cricket going on.
Australia suck.
Australia playing the Windies at the moment. Also England playing India. Cracking stuff. England.
Is it?
Jofra Archer is back.
Has he played?
Yeah, he played. Oh.
What was that? First game in 5 years?
First game. Yeah, literally.
Wow.
Wicket maiden first over as well.
Wow.
He looked good.
But you've only got 2 games before he does something, so you got to make the most of them.
I can just imagine Australians watching that going, fuck.
What do you mean? We've been waiting for Steve Smith Jofra Archer Part 2 for 6 years.
No, but you haven't though. You've been okay, the only way we beat England is because their bowlers are absolutely shit. But now we got Jofra Archer back. So everything's good in the world. Joe Root hit a century. He's good.
He's still kicking about.
But yeah, I can't wait for the Ashes. I cannot wait.
Is Stokes still captain?
Yeah. Bazball against
Is he
Oswald.
is he fit? Every time I see Stokes, it looks like he's on one.
No, he's always
leg or
on
one
it.
arm.
He's always got an injury. He's not been in form really, especially with the bat.
But he's playing Australia, so he's about to become a demi.
Yeah, that's what he has not been dropped, or even there isn't even a consideration of him being dropped simply for that reason. Because against Australia, he is a different level. So yeah, that's the hope. Anyway, but yeah, India. I think it's tied 1-1 at the moment. Still going.
Is it in India?
No, it's in England. Was it Lords? It looked like a great day out.
Lords,
great day out. But yeah.
From the Australian point of view, absolute alarm bells for the batting lineup. It's
love it.
Not looking good at all. We've got a 40-year-old.
Oh wait, playing all these 40-year-olds at the same time without bringing young players through. Hurt us?
I mean,
what?
Well, I think we've seen why they haven't done that with Constant's performance. I think he scored 10 runs in 4 innings.
Well, maybe bring him along early when you're actually winning. I don't know, when these players were in their peak.
He's obviously not good, is he?
Oh no, let's pick Davey Warner until the wheels fall off.
I would love for David Warner to be playing right now.
No, God. Please play him as long as possible so they get 0. I just want a team of 20-year-olds by the time.
I mean, the fact that Cam Green's a lock in this team just befuddles me. But anyway, I think Cam Green needs to open.
Oh, you got great bowlers.
So because I think Marnus has to be in the team, although he's been shit for years.
No, you can't
Just
pick Marnus.
Nobody else can
There's
do it.
no way you could pick Marnus.
Well, I think
He hasn't been in form for 4 years.
yeah, but I think he's still the best.
Jofra
number
Archer
three
has
we've got.
contributed more to England than Marnus has done in the past 5 years.
But we can't have two openers that average 5 runs.
But Marnus was doing that, and he's old.
He's should be in his prime.
But he's not. He's past it. He had a purple patch for about 2 years, and he's been shit ever since.
Yeah, so now more than ever, we're relying on our absolute god squad of bowlers. But like in Australia, everyone plays better, so it's hard to really predict.
Yeah. But, yeah, I'm just praying. Like, just want him to just... It's so lovely. Just see him getting older minute by minute, the whole team. It's great to watch. And we're going to get the Ashes. I can't wait.
We haven't had him in a long time.
That's right. We haven't had him in a very, very long time. Not our fault. Obviously, a lot of cheating going on. A lot of unsportsmanlike play from Australia.
Yeah.
We would have won the last Ashes if it wasn't for, the rain as well. That really killed us in that one. So, yeah, look, as long as we sort of sweep him 5-0, I think everything will be forgiven.
Right.
Which I can see happening, especially with Jofra back.
Really?
Ben Duckett?
You think you can sweep 5-0 in Australia?
We've done it before.
Yeah, but what happened the last few
2011.
times? What happened the last few times? You got swept.
Strauss, Cook, Trott, Peterson,
Bell,
Collingwood,
but that was
Pryor,
I feel like that was just a
Broad,
shit
Anderson,
Australian team.
Graham Swan. Fuck, what a team.
What a team.
Bring it back. Well, that was the last time because you had that great period in the 2000s when you had all your great players and then you just didn't bring anyone else in and then you're like, oh shit. 2010 hit, you got Ben Hilfenhaus. It's your main bowler. Hey, like, fuck, what's going on here?
Ben Hilfenhaus, what a guy.
Yeah, so that was ideal. And hopefully that can and it was just Ricky Ponting in that team and it was about it. So yeah, hopefully, that can continue.
Yeah.
Anyway,
right.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Hope you enjoyed. Bit of a different chat today, obviously, post-Origin. Had to get some feelings out there. Hopefully Kantoa and Moses can get picked in the halves for next year. We didn't talk about coach. Who would like off the top of your head? Who would you have as coach?
Mick Ennis.
Right. I'm going to get Blocker Roach as coach.
What? Michael Ennis is actually
Let's just
qualified.
get more people that haven't had
Michael
coaching
Ennis
experience.
is qualified. What he coaches? He's been coaching.
He's like a part-time coach. He's a commentator.
That's more than Laurie. He's been assistant for like 5 years.
My nan's more than Laurie.
And he's fine. Josh Jackson, Brett Morris.
Great. Let's just pick
One
all
of
those
these guys.
players. Yeah. Yeah. I would. Matt King's probably my pick.
Matt King.
Yeah. Kingy. Yeah. The guy that played Origin for New South Wales and is also the assistant coach of the Blues and the Roosters.
No.
Nah. Okay. Yeah. Nah. Well, who would you realistically pick then? It would have to be like, it'd have to be like a legend. You'd have to pick. Let's pick a legend.
G-Train, get him in there.
Yeah. G-Train. No, it was funny with that Hello Sport Boys. He was talking about like, let's pick like fucking Josh Reynolds and fucking Trent Hodgkinson and Bo Scott.
Bo Scott.
Let's get Bo Scott in there. Yeah. I couldn't agree more. Let's get let's not obviously get maybe Hayne.
Let's get a round table. Let's get 13 blokes to do it.
That's
and they can each be responsible for picking one position. I think
13 legends at that position.
Yeah.
Who would you get for fullback then? Teddy, surely.
Brett Stewart. No, or Jared Hayne, but hey, he's a free man now.
Yeah. That's not. Who would you get for the wings then?
Wings, Aquila Uwate.
Bo Ryan.
Bo Ryan. He never played Origin.
Nah. Aquila Uwate. How many Origins did he play?
Few. And Fergo.
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 See, I worry about how much tactical nous is going on in that.
Well, you don't need
part.
tactical nous on the wing.
Yeah, but what would Fergo say?
He'd say, yeah, brah, run down the sideline.
Right. Centers would get
Centers, Josh Morris. Actually, fucking Brett Morris is one of the wingers. What am I saying? Josh Morris and Michael Jennings.
You're picking real characters there. Real characters.
Oh, they're New South Wales legends.
Yeah.
Okay. Halves, you'd go.
Halves, Pierce, and Carney.
Right. Real, yeah, just a prison FC over here. Anyway, thanks for listening, everyone. Hope you enjoyed. And like and subscribe. See you later.
Peace out.